Don't let pain dictate your fitness. It's time you take charge now. Welcome to Rapid Recovery with our recovery partner, Adductor Spray. I am Rahul Huidrom and I have a great session lined up for you today. But before we begin, here is a little reminder for you to download the Cultfit app. Let's begin now. For the warm-up, guys, we're going to start with a whole list of movements to get your core temperature up, right? We've spoken about this, so we're gonna begin with something called a yoga plex. A beautiful movement, it's like a nice flow. Let's just go through that all together, all right? I want you to get into a high plank position. Lift your hip up, then take your left leg forward, rotate your left arm back and forth, and then step back. And repeat the same thing after the mountain or the down dog with the other leg. All right? 30 seconds on this. Try to go slow and try to feel each phase of the movement. All right? Let's go in 3, 2, and 1. Go to a mountain. Left leg forward. Rotate your left arm. Back. Mountain. Right leg forward. Rotate the right arm back and just get into a nice rhythm now. All right, last one, right on the right side, and we are good. Okay, from here on we're gonna go into a Cobra to Mountain just to deepen the stretch a little bit more, right? So hands down, you're gonna scoop your torso upward for the Cobra, and then lift your hip up for the mountain. Everybody ready? Let's begin. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, on the Cobra, you can actually keep your hips down as well, just to ease into the movement. Nice work. Almost there. There you are. Okay, done with this. Next up, what we're gonna do is something called a 90-90 forward lean. So we're gonna split this into 15 seconds. So for the first part, I'm gonna get into a 90-90 position, which means my right leg is bent, left leg is bent, about 90 degrees here, okay? Keep my arm out, and then I'm gonna lean forward and back. You can also keep the right arm down if your right leg is forward, just for that extra support, all right? Let's begin, guys, in 3, 2, and 1. Lean forward, stretch on your glutes, come back, lean forward, stretch on your glutes, go slow. Last one, and we're gonna switch side, 90 degrees over here, and go. Excellent. One last time. Brilliant. Now we're gonna go with full wipers. Remember, we've done half wipers where we keep our knees bent. This time we're gonna extend your legs completely. All right, upward, palms down, go on one side and go on to the other side as well. All right, but go slow. Let's go for it. 3, 2, and 1. Breathe. Excellent, guys. How's that stretch on your obliques? 10 more seconds. Last one. There you are. Okay, now off the mat. Let's stand up tall. We're gonna go for lateral lunge. We're gonna do this alternating, 30 seconds, but we'll go a little slow, all right? So that we feel that good time under tension on your leg muscles, on your glutes as well, all right? So keep your feet much wider than shoulder width. Let's start onto I'm gonna start onto my left. I'm gonna push my hips back, Left hip back. Feel a nice good stretch over here. Come back up and then go on to the right side. Are we ready? 30 seconds. Yeah? 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Excellent. Now, a lot of times I see that, we want to keep your knees forward. We want to avoid that. Initiate the movement by pushing your hips back and just keep going from one side to the other. Nice. Excellent. We're done. All right. More lunges coming up. So we're going to do reverse lunge with an overhead reach. What you want to do on the overhead reach is you want to make sure that your spine is in a neutrally extended position. That means you want to extend your spine, elongate your spine, all right? So let's go for that lunge first. So this is your reverse lunge. Your hands will be up, but you don't want your spine to be compressed. You want it extended, but in a neutral position, all right? So here, ready? 30 seconds. Let's go. How are we feeling? 20 seconds done. Last 10 seconds. Good warm-up routine. Super essential. Last one on the right. And there you are. Okay, we're gonna take a quick breather here, and then we're gonna go through all the movements once again for the second round. All right, let's get this done. Second round coming up with the yoga Plex. We know what to do, right? Let's get into that high plank position. Are we ready? 30 seconds. Hip up, left leg forward, rotate your arm back, forward, mountain, right leg forward, and left. All right, forgot the mountain, but we can add that here now. Almost done. There you are. One more time. On the right side to finish things off. There. Cobra Mountain. Let's go. Keep going, keep going. I'll tell you an interesting bit about how a super warm-up, or just that blood flow, right? How it just changes the mood when you're a little sore, when you've been working out for a couple of days after a long break, right? And how blood flow will help you set the tone for a nice workout. And keep that continuity going on the workout. So we're gonna go for the 1990 forward leans now. Are we ready? I'm gonna keep my right hand for support, and let's go. All the way down, up, all the way down, up, nice. One more time, one last time, and good. Let's switch sides, and go for it. One last time after this. And beautiful. Okay. All right, just gonna wipe off the sweat. A little hot today. All right, full wipers. Who's up? Who's up for it? Or rather, down on the mat. Let's go. 3, 2, and 1. Yeah, so the story goes, right? Think about it. You're in the weight room, or you just gone out for a weekend game of football or whatever, right? You're super sore. Monday comes, you want to keep your workout going, but then you don't want to get off the bed, right? I mean, just go for a walk to begin, all right? Simple things. Just do a little bit of mobility. Done. All right. As simple as a Cobra Mountain, as simple as Surya Namaskar, if you will, right? And then when the blood flow starts going, that's when you realize, I mean, let's just hit the workout, right? So how important is that? And it just changes your mood instantly, right? Okay, full wipers done, lateral lunges now. 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right. Now I naturally tend to sweat a lot more, so I know it's a recovery stretch session. And why is this guy sweating all over? So don't worry about it. I mean, it's the environment right now, and where I'm working out, where I'm doing the session, and all the lights, it's fine. Okay. Lunges, reverse lunge, overhead reach. Are we all ready to hit this one last time, right? Let's go. Brilliant. 15 seconds done, guys. Last one. Okay, go ahead, take a water break. And if you're as sweaty as I am, well, just take a few seconds, wipe off your sweat. Quick sip of water. All right. Now, we've been talking about the importance of rest and recovery and how, pain is part of everyone's fitness journey, right? Experts suggest that people implement the concept of PRICE after an injury. Now, PRICE means PRIC, as I mentioned, protection, rest, ice, compression, and elevation. Protection means protection from further injury. That's 1. Second, rest. Give ample amount of rest if you have had any kind of injury. Ice. One of the most effective ways to minimize and reduce swelling as well as decrease pain is the cold treatment, right? Now I'm just gonna, in just a bit, I will tell you what C and E stands for, of course, compression and elevation, right? But we'll talk a little in detail on these 2 pointers. But remember, I talk about this because you never know when you can come across any injury or pain of any kind, of course, in just a little bit, right? This kind of information, I know, we've been talking about this, we've been harping on this, but this kind of information can go a long way to maybe kind of mitigate or for you to understand what kind of pain you're going through and then take appropriate action, right? Now it's time for your IADX tip of the day. Back pains. This is what I was talking about. Like, it's synonymous, right? Again, a lot of us, we spend a lot of time sitting on the couch, on the chair, and then boom, the back pain is there. Some catch and you're very uncomfortable. So something we are all familiar at some point in time of our lives, as I just mentioned. One of the simplest stretches is to do the knee to chest stretch. Now, all you gotta do is lie down. Okay, get your knees close to your chest, grab hold and of your shin, and just lie down there. And already feeling really nice. If you wanna add a little rock back and forth, you can do that as well, right? Okay. So there you are, guys. I know this will help, but of course, we could all use a little extra help as well, and that's when sprays like the IADX spray can definitely lend a helping hand to us, right? Now, static stretches, it's time for that moment where we are gonna make sure that our muscles are going through that recovery phase in, during this session, right? Lying hamstring stretch first. So we will lie down. Very simple stretch again. If you have had tight hamstrings, if you feel that every time you play a sport or you run, you're cramping up here. So this is one of those stretches which will help you. So keep your right leg down. We're gonna start off with the left leg. And what I normally do is, even I have tight hamstrings, so I can never extend it completely and then pull it all the way back. So what I do is I keep my knees a little soft to start with, and I'm gonna grab the back of the thigh and try to keep my leg as straight as possible. All right, 45 seconds here, let's go. As I'm in this position, I can start feeling that stretch over here, which is great. This is what I want. And then I feel a little confident that, okay, I can lengthen my leg and straighten out my knee and just focus on breathing. Great, guys. 15 seconds to go. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly let the leg down, lift the other leg, and start. Take it easy, everybody. Stay calm. Breathe in. Exhale deep. Slow down. 15 seconds. All right, 5. And we're good. All right, from here we're going to move on to seated straddle. Now, keep your legs a little wider, as wide as possible. And what you want to do is lean forward, trying to keep your back neutral and go as far as possible forward. All right, this is my end range and I'm okay with that. Let's just do this. Stretch out your hamstrings, adductors, and feel good lower back. Right, let's go. 45 seconds. I'm going to start with a little shorter range. Be comfortable. Try to keep my toes upward if possible. Lean slightly more forward. Walk out with my palms. All right, last 10 seconds now. Deepen the stretch a little bit more. And okay. From here on, let's focus on your adductors now, okay? We're gonna go one side at a time. Kneeling adductor stretch. So keep your left knee down, right leg extended. Keep both the palms down, and then rock back. Drop your elbows and stay there, right? 45 seconds. Okay, are we ready? Get into a nice position. Rock back, stay here, and just hold. Okay, good stretch here. This is what we want. And while we're at it, multitask, wipe off the sweat. And a nice little smile if you can. Push your hips back, hip, push, push, push. Stretch more. 3, 2, 1. Okay, now let's go on the other side. Start now. Every time you come off a particular stretch, go out of it, come out of it slow, all right? Good job, good job. Almost there, and done. Next, I'm gonna face forward. We're gonna do something called the frog pose, okay? So your knees are down, and you're gonna rock, push your hips back, but try to touch the ankle, right? Inward, and stay at this position. Keep your palms down, elbow down. All right, let's go. Rock your hips back, opening up the groin. Stay focused, relaxed. Focused on the stretches and relax your mind. All right. Okay, slowly come out of it. All right, it's a little bit of, quick break, right? All right, so coming back to price. C for compression. Now this is done in the form of an external compression, or wrap like a bandage, or crepe bandage, especially, right? I mean, we know that. It kind of minimizes swelling and provides mild support to the affected area. The last one, E, is for elevation. Now what happens is you raise the affected area, if necessary, depending on the nature of the injury, to avoid any accumulation of fluid in the affected area. Now, there are certain talks or articles that the affected area has to be raised above the heart, the line of the heart where your heart is. So let's say if it is your leg, your foot, it has to be raised maybe about 6 inches above above where your heart is, right? These are a few things that you can read about, can come in handy, but of course your doctors knows best, and you are equipped with certain amount of information, which is kind of helpful as well, right? Okay, now let's get back to your stretches. We're gonna get into a downward dog position. I love this. So downward dog, palms down, and you're gonna push your hips up all the way and compress your spine, right? So let's go in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, look at where your head is in between your arms. Now, hamstrings tight. For all of us who have tight hamstrings, I want you to soften your knees. All right, but at the same time, you want to push your hips upward, a little angled, the natural angle where your hip is. And if you can, just straighten out one leg, hold it there 5 seconds, and then go on to the other leg, 5 seconds. All right, and the last 5 seconds now. 3, 4, and 5. Okay, relax. Okay, let's see what we have next. From here, we have the seated trap stretch. So we can do this in a kneeling position. Very important. Our traps can get super tight as well. And we keep looking down, right, on the phone, the laptop ahead. It's not in a proper angle. It has to be at this angle, but it's not. So a little bit of weight on the neck. And if you add some workout routine, you can get a little tight over here. So what you want to do is, I'm going to start with my left hand, but onto my right trap. So I'll keep my right arm down, palms facing down like this, okay? And hold it here. Yeah, all good? Let's go. Now we're not doing much work over here, right? It's just stretching out the trapezius muscle over here. What you do in these 45 seconds with your mind, with your breathing, is important. You can close your eyes, focus on something that you really want to focus. You just keep your mind free of anything as well. But 45 seconds later, we'll have to switch. In 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's go the other side. Today's lower body stretch session was focused a lot on hamstrings, a lot on your groin, your hip, and these are all important areas, right? When you have to run, lunge, jump, squat, hinge, for example, deadlift, right? You need good solid mobility on your hips, on your lower back, on your hamstrings. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we'll go with upper back stretch now. So for this we'll interlock our fingers forward, hands forward, and then round your upper back as much as possible. Okay, let's go. You're gonna take the movement of your back behind, right? But your hands, you try to push forward. Opposite directions. Good job, guys. Let's just stick around for another 10 seconds here, and then we're gonna finish off with the last stretch. 3, 2, and 1. All right, the last stretch, left and right, shoulder stretch. Simple one. Left hand across, lock the elbow out. That's it. We're feeling good. Now that is the question. We don't have a fixed answer for that, right? I mean, it depends. If you've had sore muscles, leading onto this session, maybe you're feeling much better than the rest of us, right? And switch. But anyway, any workout, right? Even your recovery days, it becomes a part of your complete fitness routine, the umbrella, right? Where your sleep is, where your nutrition is, where your hydration is, where your recovery stretches are, where your cardio workouts are, strength workouts, and in all of the center, you are there. Your health, your fitness, your mental health, your goals, everything about you. You are the priority over here, right? And to keep you happy, healthy, mindful, and everything else about being good, all these things are important. Okay, breathe out. Whew. All right, a deeper exhale also will work. Now let's stand up tall, guys. Job well done. And that is how this session is done. This is the end of today's rapid recovery session with our recovery partner, Adductor Spray. Don't forget to download the Cultfit app right now, and I will see you very soon. This is Rahul Huidrom saying goodbye. Until then, take good care of yourself.